From Muskegon all the way to Detroit, in partnership with the Michigan Freedom Trail, the state has released a new interactive map to share the stories of African Americans who used the Underground Railroad to escape slavery. News 8's Amanda Porter joins us now in studio, shares the story of a man who escaped slavery and ended up in West Michigan.
Yes, he sure did. His name was Isaac Edward Bailey, a black man who fought for his freedom and also fought for the liberation of others by joining the United States Army. Bailey died at 105 years old, buried in Grand Rapids in the Oak Hill Cemetery.
Did you know that Grand Rapids has nation's most remarkable colored man? A 1919 newspaper article writes about Isaac Edward Bailey.
This isn't just a story about white people helping black people. Black people were helping themselves, and they were both agents in the Underground Railroad and people who were self-liberating.
Isaac Edward Bailey was born into slavery in Virginia in 1816 and escaped to freedom using the Underground Railroad, living an eventful life, eventually dying in Grand Rapids at 105 years old. Bailey is buried at Oak Hill Cemetery.
He was born into slavery in Virginia. He escaped. And as you note, he traveled to a lot of places on his way to getting to Michigan.
After using the Underground Railroad, Bailey lived his life as a free man in Canada, working odd jobs. The Civil War broke out, and Bailey bravely became a pioneer for African Americans seeking freedom, just like himself. He joined the 1st New York Cavalry as a horsekeeper and eventually joined the 102nd Colored Infantry on January 30th, 1865.
This was something you couldn't do at the beginning of the Civil War if you were an African-American man.
According to research from the Grand Rapids Urban League, 1,600 men from Michigan enlisted in the Civil War authorized by Governor Austin Blair. 30 black soldiers were from Grand Rapids, one being a 36-year-old Isaac Edward Bailey.
But after the Emancipation Proclamation, they allowed black people to be soldiers in the Union Army, and he was one of them. It is possible to change things, and it's possible to change our lives. So to me, this is a really, really important story. And it's a reminder of where we've come from, and we need to know that.
Grand Haven, Michigan is where Bailey met his wife, Clarissa Bordley. The couple moved to Grand Rapids in 1868, where they raised 6 children. Bailey's legacy remains today and can now be discovered by more people.
All of these sites, some are just historical markers. Several of them are cemeteries. But with this map, people can find out where they are and go visit and learn a little bit more about their history.
There are 24 sites on the interactive map, and the hope is to keep learning history and adding more facts to Michigan history. Amanda Porter, News 8.